Yes, people, welcome back to FPL Hive Game Week 16 team selection. Roll the tapes and like the video. So this is my Game Week 16 defense and goalkeeper. So we're starting with Dubravka. Dubravka is going to play this weekend over Petrovic. I was buzzing last week that I had Petrovic getting a clean sheet against Chelsea. He was on bonus. He ended up dropping out the bonus, but it was a big clean sheet that I needed. But Dubravka is going to start this weekend. I believe that Burnley are better at home. They're more robust. And I don't see Fulham scoring a lot of goals. Maybe one, maybe two max. But let's hope that Burnley can keep it tight. These are the games they're going to be looking at targeting if they want to stay at the Premier League. Dubravka starts. Into the defence, I've got Pau Torres. I had him on the bench last week and he got a return against Arsenal with the assist for Matty Cash. Well, hopefully this weekend he can go into this game against West Ham. You have got Somerville and Paqueta back and Wilson is playing very well. But I believe that Aston Villa can keep it tight, keep it robust, maybe frustrate West Ham. Pau Torres with Tyrone Mings out is a guaranteed starter. I've now got Daniel Munoz. As you can see, people, he's got the yellow light above his name. Is he going to return? Is he not? He is a key player for Crystal Palace. I'm hoping that they rest him in the Conference League this week and he's fully fit and back ready to fire for Crystal Palace. Now, look, I'm not looking at Daniel Munoz and thinking a clean sheet because I know that I've got Foden, I've got Haaland, which I'll get to. But in terms of an attacking output, could it be a 2-2? Could it be a 3-2? And if Crystal Palace do manage to score, I'm hoping that Munoz can be part of that attacking side. They are looking different without Ismail Assar. So I will say, people, if you're looking at Crystal Palace attackers, stay away. And then we've got Nico O'Reilly, a player that I believe is just a very good asset to have right now. Locked in at left back, over Aït-Nouri. Pep is not a fan of Aït-Nouri right now. And O'Reilly, very good defensively, very good going forward. Got a final ball on him. And he's pushing to get into that England squad for the World Cup. And with England lacking left backs, it's a perfect time for O'Reilly to maybe be a surprise inclusion. On the bench, I've got Luke Shaw and I've got Calafiori, who is suspended against Wolves, which I'm gutted to say because he would have been a guaranteed start. Do I start Luke Shaw against Bournemouth at home, or do I keep Munoz and O'Reilly in? Decisions to into the midfield, people, and I have made two transfers, and we're going to start with them because I've got Bruno Fernandes in for this week. I was gutted that I didn't have him for his 18-pointer. I did have Brian Mbeumo, but with Brian Mbeumo playing poor, and I have to say playing poor, and heading on to AFCON after this game, I thought with the price rises, with the affordability, it's very vital that you save that 0.1, 0.2. And Bruno has gone up, and I got him in before his price went up. So Bruno Fernandes is in, and he will stay for the long haul. A player that's on pens, a player that is getting forward for Manchester United, and a player that, if Man United score or do well, it feels like it's all through Bruno. So Bruno is a player I've got in. I might have been late to the train, but I've got him now. Another player that I've got in is Phil Foden. Now, I believe that probably 90% of managers in FPL are going to have Phil Foden. A tricky game away at Crystal Palace coming up, but after that, a decent run that you're looking at and saying, right, if Man City are to keep pace with Arsenal, if not overtake them, Phil Foden and Erling Haaland are going to be the key components in attack for Manchester City. And I think everyone's going to have Phil Foden. It's a no-brainer. I've missed the train. I've missed the boat with him. I've had red arrows. I'm very, very, very upset about this, and we've got to move forward. That's Phil Foden now telling me you needed to have me in from the start. I don't know. But guys, I've also got Anthony Gordon. At the moment, I'm keeping him in. You know, a big time where Derby, Anthony Gordon away at Sunderland. I know Sunderland are good at home, but I feel like if they're going to get moments in transition, moments in the final third, I feel like Anthony Gordon will play an important part. He got the penalty last week, which shows he's on pens instead of Waltmarder. Very important for me. And I'm going to keep him in. So Anthony Gordon will play this weekend. Morgan Rogers, a weird player, like I told you people, from last year to now, one of the strangest players on FPL. You don't know if he's going to return. And when you don't have him, he does return. What do I do? At the moment, I keep him. He's managed to go up 2.2 since I've signed him. I will remain. The one dilemma I do have, people, when you're looking at the midfield is obviously Fernandes, Gordon, Foden, and Rogers are starting. Now, I've got Mark Guiu in the attack, which I'll get to, but I'm linking it to now because Cody Gakpo is on my bench and he's going to be out for 2 to 3 weeks, as Arne Slot mentioned. Now, with the 5 free transfers and Gakpo costing at the moment around £7.5 million, do I take him out? I think the answer is yes. Who do I put in? I'm currently debating between Leandro Trossard, who's a very important part for Arsenal in terms of getting forward, finish your left foot, right foot, gets in more dangerous positions than Bukayo Saka, let's be honest. But is he a rotation risk coming back from injury? Or Declan Rice, a DEFCON animal, a player that is in that team, heartbeat, drive, getting forward, taking corners. Do I go with Declan Rice, guaranteed more minutes, or do I go with Trossard, more explosive? Let me know your thoughts. Now into the attack, where, as you can see, Erling Haaland is playing, but I've not got him captain. Erling Haaland away at Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace with Lacroix, Guehi, Richards, Adam Morton, Kamada, Jefferson Lerma, Mitchell. You know, you look at Crystal Palace and you think, yeah, they might lose the game, but how many are they going to concede? Now, it's one of them games. If Crystal Palace are not on the boil, and after Europe, they've been very poor, by the way. I don't think they've won more than one game after Europe, if not one, not even one game. They could really capitalise. And Man City could punish them early doors, and Haaland gets 2 goals, and all of a sudden you're thinking, wow, just like Fulham away the other week. Or could he score 1, and maybe that's it, and you're thinking, okay, safe returns, but you want to go something different. For me, I need to gain rank, I need to increase, because I've had a lot of red arrows in the last 3 weeks. So I have gone with Igor Thiago as captain at the moment. Sunday, 4:30 game under the lights at Brentford. Leeds, quite an open team. I think there'll be chances. I think there'll be goals for both teams in that game. Could Igor Thiago be a differential captain? 11 goals in the Premier League this season on pens. Let me know your thoughts on Igor Thiago for game week 16, because he is currently my captain. Mark Guiu is on the bench. Obviously, Chelsea play Everton at home. He didn't play from the start against Atalanta in midweek, but I'm not sure about his minutes. And I think he's a cheap player for people to allow their budget to spread elsewhere. But I don't think he's someone I'm going to be looking at as a starter. I've got Cody Gakpo currently on my bench. But like I said, people, Cody Gakpo is going to come out for an Arsenal asset who are playing Wolves at home. So it's very likely that this team you're looking at now will change to a 3-5-2. If Daniel Munoz is confirmed that he's not playing, Luke Shaw will come into my team, and that will still remain a 3-5-2. So at the moment, one more transfer to be used from the 2 that I've used already out of the 5. So people, that is my game week 16 team. If you haven't already, make sure you do one thing. You like this video, you comment, and if you can be bothered enough, please do subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.